Hey there folks, rinimt here, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV. In the last part, we found Menthilia's adoptive mother, and then we found out that good King Moggle Mog the 12th, may he ever be such a pain and maybe a little bit of filler content, has been summoned, and we need to take care of him before we can fully move over to Revenant Toll. So, let's go ahead and head on into Thornmarch hard, hopefully. Hopefully it doesn't take forever to queue. Oh, finally, I was starting to worry there. Oh my gosh. Oh, and don't let the music get stuck in your head. Come on, who in the seven hells are they? Meddling adventures, I wager! To arms! Defend the king! Come on! That button. Alright, so you may have noticed there was quite a few Moogles in the entrance video. However, we are only facing with one. To start off, we're going to have him be doing that attack, which is going to do a mass stun to anyone who gets hit by it, so we don't want to get hit. Once it dies, you'll start hearing this like ding, and then some more will spawn. So next up, we want to go for Pukla Puki, the Palm Burner. So they actually have jobs all assigned to them, and it looks like we do have someone here who is going to be marking. So there is going to be a kill order to these eventually. Right now, however, there is not because, well, you know. Oh, we're gonna hit the next set, which there's gonna be 3, and we're gonna have Furry Kooply Kip here. Saw him before, and you'll see it's doing Palm Cure. We do not want to see Palm Cure, so it's also marked with a 1. So we're going to want to take care of it first. We also have a warrior here, warrior type, and a rogue ninja sort of type. A thief, I guess you could say. I don't know why we're splitting up, but we are. And finally, you also notice the music's like getting faster and faster and faster as we go. Finally, we're gonna have Hooksy Pico the Shaggy song. Which is a bard. So yeah, there is a complete kill order to how you do this fight. Hail to the king, come on! You shall suffer for your transgressions against my subjects! And it uses Memento Moogle. And you see, those marks that were placed are now carried over to the actual fight against good King Moggle Mog the 12th. So, we do want to go ahead and take care of this healer first, followed by the Black Mage. The reason for this, why is the tank being brought over to everyone? This is really, really bad. I've been thrown for a loop, which is a sort of confused sort of thing. I don't know why the tanks are, like, tanking them all together. So what needs to be happening here, actually, is we need to apparently be wiping? Because the tanks are, like, doing a horrible job right now. Separating these out. And that's a wipe. We lost our healers. So So yeah, what's supposed to happen here is you're supposed to... like, take care of the tanks last, and then finally head for King Mog, because you can't damage King Mog after a certain point. And after a while, so I'll explain this in the next attempt. I can't die apparently. I'm not even trying to live. I can't die. Okay, so as we transitioned into phase 2 of this fight again, I was a little distracted by the tanking that was kind of happening there. Yeah, so as we transition to this phase 2 again, what we will want to do here is, as we're killing the Moogles, blah blah blah. So as we're killing the Moogles, as each one dies, King Mog will gain the powers of the various Moogles that we defeat. So, ideally, the tank separates out the king from everything else, which is not what they're doing. Don't know why we're killing the Black Mage first, but we are. Like, so the king really needs to be pulled away, at least from the bard, which it's not. Oh my gosh, this is a complete mess. What the heck is going on? Oh my gosh. This is like an absolute mess right now. Like, we're split among like 5 different Moogles. So yeah, the rogue puts down a little poison field. And the paladin's not being tanked, and eventually, eventually King does do a memento Moogle, depending on the number of alive Moogles at the time, is with how much damage it deals. The more Moogles that are alive, the more damage it will deal. So, with all the Moogles dead, we can now go ahead and just beat down on good King Mog, which thankfully him by himself is not actually very strong. Thankfully. That was a mess. Oh my gosh, that was an absolute mess. I almost want to like do that on tank myself, be like, here's how you tank this thing. I don't know why this person's like chilling here. That was an absolute mess. Oh my god. You did it, Kabo! You did it! Good King Mugga Mug the 12th! May his mighty soul rest in peace is no more! I shudder to think what might have happened had you not stopped the Muggles Garp when you did. Thank you, Arya. Perhaps now they'll come to their senses and stop playing at fairy tales. Rest assured that the chieftain will have choice words for them, too. You should go and tell Pukni Pak that the king is no more, Kuba. She is with Rail at the Camp Tranquil and can relay the news to the chieftain. Oh, I need to kill a thing here. Let's go find a Sylphid Sai. That's probably for Grand Company if I were to guess, but I just saw it in the recommendations. So let's go find it. Yeah, I can fly higher. Did I really just, like, oh, it was, okay. I'm like, what? Alright, so somewhere. Let's drop down a little bit. Violet, okay. So we're too far in. We're still... Yeah, we're still too far in. Alright, here we go. Oh, I actually have a hunt enemy kill here. Let's go do that real quick. So I'm gonna switch to red mage for that because I don't want to dump that experience on here. So actually is a lockout after you kill an enemy before you can change jobs. This is because when the blue mage job first came out, people were kind of doing some trickery to like kill it on one job, then very quickly before the experience actually registered on the server, they would switch over to blue mage to get the experience there. There's more condors. Trying to find Sylphie's eyes. Where the heck? There they are. And yeah, that's definitely Gurn Company. Oh, fine. I have that. Alright, so I need 3 of those. Let's go ahead, swap back to Monk. And make a couple friends here. And I got paralyzed anyway. Alright, I need one more game. Oh, one more. Please? I don't think there's actually... there's one enemy back here. Not the kind I need, though. There we are. Alright. That is done, so let's head for Camp Tranquil and be thankful that flight is a thing. Do I dare believe my ears? Good King Moggle Mod, may his magnificent virtue serve as an example to us all, has fallen? Oh, Moggle Kai knows you a debt, Kupo. Oh, and since Rayo wishes to congratulate you as well, I shall let you two speak without fear of interruption. On the properties of primals. Your bravery in the service of the Twelveswood and her Moggle shall not be forgotten, Arya. My sister will doubtless wish to hear the tale of this great victory from the mouth of the woman responsible. Pray return to the Lotus Stand and treat her to a full account of the day's events, while the details are yet fresh in your mind. Yeah, well, you see, let's just tank the boss in the worst possible spot to tank it on. Oh wait, sorry, I'm just grumbling. I'm still seriously tempted to like go show you guys like where you're actually supposed to tank that, and it's not on top of the other Moogles. Arya, you are returned to us unharmed and victorious, thus I have 2 reasons to be glad. Yet many questions remain unanswered. If you'd be so kind as to oblige me, I would fain hear all that occurred in Thornmarch. It is as we feared. The king really is a primal. Yet he really isn't, is he? I mean, the Moogles didn't worship him, for one thing. He's not even good to them. It doesn't sound like any primal I've ever heard of. And mayhap the fault lies with the definition. The fact remains that through a combination of the power contained in crystals and the force of their collective faith, The Muggles called forth a being that by right should not exist. Moreover, when slain, said being left no corpse, the aether which comprised them instead being scattered to the four winds. According to the accepted definition, he may not be a primal, but the mode of his manifestation was in every aspect the same. Which means... Ascians! This whole business reeks of their handiwork. Papa? They said it was a masked man who had taught them how years ago, but Gridania has no shortage of masked men, and I never thought to question. Confound it all! How many more will they ensnare with their tainted gifts? Too many, I fear. So long as there are paragons to stir the embers, fools to build the pyre, crystals to feed the flames, ever and again shall we suffer primal visitation. Somber thought, but a salutary one. My heartfelt thanks, Arya. Already the information you provided has proved invaluable. The Grand Urban Marshal and I have much to discuss. Oh, before you do, my lady, I was hoping you might finish discussing the other matter. The matter which you speak has even now been settled. The Scions shall not want for support. We shall be glad to send additional supplies to Revenant's Toll. We knew we could count on you, my lady. Well, Ida and I remain to discuss the particulars of our arrangement with the other seats here. Mayhap you could pray return to the Waking Sands in the present antecedent of all that has transpired. Alright. Pray return to the Waking Sands. Once I remember how to use a item. It's good to see you hale and healthy, Arya. I received word from Ema and Papalima that you had felt good King Moggle Mog the 12th, but I'd hoped to hear your version of the tale. So it was as they said, summoned with the same methods used by the beast tribes and taught by the Ascians. Though unfortunate, this incident did at least serve to remind the other seats here of our usefulness. Her offer of additional support could not have come at a better time. My thanks, Arya. The Gifted. Oh, yeah. Poisoned blood. What a random item. Owing to the tireless efforts of all concerned, we are, at long last, ready to bid farewell to Vesper Bay. Yay! So as to avoid drawing undue attention, we shall make the journey to Revenant's Toll in small groups, departing at regular intervals. Lest you doubt, it is still my intention to conduct future operations openly, but on this particular occasion, the need for caution overrides all other concerns. To move north as one ponderous caravan would only serve to invite attack. It seemed only right that I should be the last to leave, and I would have you remain with me until the end, Arya. Upon my departure, the Waking Sands will formally cease to be our headquarters. The premises will be given into the care of Urianger. I had thought to relinquish the property, but he was quite adamant, and I had not the heart to disagree. These walls have borne witness to some of the brightest and darkest moments in our Order's history. Mayhap it is best that we do not forsake them entirely. Urianger shall remain here and devote his energies to studying the nature of primals. By the grace of the 12, he will one day discover the permanent solution that we have sought for so long. Of course he will not be alone. Alize shall continue to work closely with him as well. Should they require assistance, I have their assurance that they will not hesitate to contact us. Speaking of Urianger, would you inquire of him if any tasks remain undone? And I escape the feeling that I have forgotten something important. Okay, let's go speak with Urianger. And see what he has to say. Thou art ever welcome, Arya, but I require no assistance. Pray take thy leave unburdened by concern for my well-being. Verily, thy countenance bespeaks a desire to quit this place without further delay. Mayhap thou thinkest this chapter of our tale concluded, that these halls should rightly be consigned to the annals of history? In man's eagerness to seize the future, how readily he doth set down the past. Full many a proud pioneer hath bravely stridden into a great unknown, only to find there the banner of his ancestor, faded by the eons, and still man glorieth in his discoveries. 'Tis through his pride that wisdom doth ever give way to ignorance. Will they who lurk in shadow remain hidden, lost no sooner than they are found. Be not offended, Arya. Thy conduct hath ever been beyond reproach. Despite thy surpassing strength and all the many victories, thou hast never been so convinced of thine own greatness as to imagine thyself above the failings of thy forebears. Mayhap it is the echo which hath opened thine eyes to the lessons of history. Would that the same could be said of a loading screen. I'm not doing a screaming. It's like super late. I don't want to wake the neighbors. Whence came that cry? The solar, 12 for fan, the antecedent. Arya, you must. Tell me, Louisoix, would you have done the same? Louisoix Lavilleur was a remarkable man, wise beyond mortal measure. Would that I had met him prior to his passing. An Asian here? How? How riddle you see. You are indeed gifted, antecedent. But you are not like the others. Your robes. Gifted, but ignorant. Yet I shall not judge you harshly. The fault lies with your forebears. It has been millennia. Mine are the robes of an emissary. Unlike he who came before, I have no quarrel with you. He who? You speak of La Habrea? La Habrea is a warrior. He fought. He fell. He may yet learn from his mistakes. Then he is still. Come, I will confirm that which you already know. There is no cessation, no oblivion, only expulsion. You, what are? We're ready when you are, my lady, if there's nothing else. Is something the matter? I feel the same way. After everything that's happened here, it feels strange to leave, but I'm sure we'll get used to Revenant's Toll. Well, I'll let you say your goodbyes. Take as long as you like, my lady. We shall depart whenever you're ready. It is only to be expected. She lacks the gift and the knowledge both. To her, we are indistinct. I do not understand. Shadowless, fleshless, formless. What truth there is in each tale is diluted by time and telling. Knowledge dictates expectation, and expectation colors perception. Thus did she yet perceive not. So it is with all but a chosen few. Even you, when young, could not see with eyes unclouded. You know nothing about me. Nothing. The gift grants you clarity. It grants you focus. With it, you may in time come to see us as we are, rather than this crude approximation. La Habrea did not think so highly of the Echo. La Habrea is wrong about a great many things. The Echo is indeed a gift, albeit one you have yet to master. And if we did, there would be no strife between our peoples, for we would be of one mind. I leave, as I came, in peace, antecedent. May we meet again as friends. Wait, stay where you are! Still not doing the scream. Mayhap I was indelicate. 'Tis a mercy she shields her from his grace with such resolve. Was it also by her hand that you survived the ardor, I wonder? I take it there's no need to explain. Oh no, I need to sneeze. Go away, sneeze. Feeling. Go away. Save your concern. He did me no lasting harm. Whatever his intention was, it was not to kill. I heard a cry. What happened? Are you alright? You look faint. Do you need to lie down? I can fetch you a flask of my special tonic. Okay, seriously. Ugh. Urgent to sneeze. Hurry on, Jay. Send word to students about the Easy and tell them to scour the archives, the forbidden tomes in particular. If there is any reference to an Ascian robed in white, however oblique, I would know of it. An Ascian, my lady? What? Was that what gave you cause to cry out? I did but moments ago glimpse try that again. I did but moments ago glimpse a figure clad in white set forth from the waking sands. Yet Ascians are wont to employ teleportation magics. Why would one be so brazen? I know not and care not. Find them, Arya. Turn every stone in Vesper Bay if you have to. Pray attend me, Totaro. Alright, so we need to search Vesper Bay, which works, because I actually wanted to go out there before we left, because there was a quest there in regards to Crafter. So, let us get back out of the Waking Sands. Absolutely glamorous. Thanks to yours truly, you have a basic understanding of glamours, yes. I also understand that you're no stranger to crafting this and that by yourself. It so happens these skills can be applied in a singular cause. Would you be interested in helping to bring more glamour to the world? By that, I mean learning to make glamour prisms, either for personal use or to aid the aesthetically underprivileged. I will explain everything in due course, but there's something I need to prepare beforehand. Bring me some Althardian orange juice in the meantime, would you? Just ask Folklin, same as last time. Well, staring at me isn't gonna get that orange juice poured any quicker. Hurry up, would you? Be that way. Swear game still got you running errands then. She wants Althardian orange juice this time? 12 preserve. Well, here it is. I think she and I need to have a little chat about her tab. This order alone costs more than some of our big drinking regulars spend in the whole night. It's like orange juice though. So what's this issue? You want my drink, I take it? Now that's what I call orange juice. Eastern oranges have a bitter knack that truly invigorates the soul. All that jumping around almost made it go down the wrong way. Anyway, before we begin, I have a confession to make. Be perfectly frank, my expensive taste in orange juice have to be paid for somehow. While my intentions are sincere, my reason for helping you are not entirely altruistic. Ask the Slayer of the Goblin, the merchant, and he'll allow you to browse his glamour prism recipe tomes. If you buy any of them, he'll give me a cut of the profits. You'll have the knowledge you seek, and I'll have many for orange juice. What could be more piquant? I will also send word to my associate Westcard and Revenant's Toll. We have a similar arrangement. I'm sure you'll find this price is just as fair as Goblin's. You should start with Goblin, though, since the stall's right there, by the pissed piece. Once you've read through one of those books, you'll be able to make the prisms yourself and share the glory of glamours with the masses. So we can just head right over here and finish up this quest. I, since you come in pursuit of true elegance, and is that a letter of introduction peeking from your pocket? May I see it? Ah, so you're a War Games protege, and you wish to produce glamour prisms? A noble endeavor. My selection of tones, reserved for only the most deserving, are yours to peruse. We now purchase master crafting tomes from Goberin, as well as Tataroga and Mordona. By using the tomes, you can learn the recipes within. So, let us purchase. Is this what I want? Yes. I need to check what jobs I've gotten up high enough here. Culinarian, blacksmith, armor, goldsmith, weaver. Culinarian doesn't count, so weaver, goldsmith, armor, blacksmith. I'll get the others another time. So what are these Emperor's new whatever, you might ask? Well, it's so that you can glamour on an invisible item. So you can look naked, but still have your gear on, because that's a thing people might want to do, I guess. And this is for when they actually had Glamour Prism split by different crafts, and yada yada yada, and oh, it was a mess. Let's go ahead and use some of these items in my inventory right quick. Switch back to Monk here. Do you mind? Didn't know the lockout applied to, using items. That's interesting. I may as well. I can, like, desynth this or something. Or sell it, or we have a cutscene right here. I am told that you are the Warrior of Light, but I would know for myself. I shall walk north, and you may choose to follow. Know, however, that you will be waylaid if you do. You may even perish. Should you survive, we shall speak anon. Let us and our invisible self from Lag go forth and defeat these British imps that are attacking me here. I think I'll be fine, actually. I don't know why I'm really bothering to switch to Bits of Fire. Alright. Let us... I guess I'll stay on the ground, because there's probably another one up here. Yeah, there is. You are being judged. Just turn north here so I can do positionals where Dragon doesn't have aggro. Alright. Continuing on, I'm sure we have another fight ahead of us. I don't think we're gonna perish from all this, though. Just a thought. Also, you are being judged. So, I mean, it's two gargoyles that seem weaker than that last one we just fought. So, you know. You never know. Could just happen to go down. Okay, there's a fade up here. Yep. The Asian is sitting in here. It looks like we're gonna have 4 enemies. Oh, we're fighting some Asian enemies. In fact, some conjurers, some thaumaturges. Easy enough. It's pretty weak if you ask me. Ready? Remarkable, truly remarkable. I thank you for granting me this indulgence. None save she who bested La Habrea could endure such an examination. Have the laws of man grown so twisted in my absence it is now permitted to lay hands upon an emissary? You bore witness to my audience with the antecedent, did you not? Then you know I acted only in self-defense. I realize the same cannot be said of La Habrea. Even amongst his brethren, he is considered unique. Nevertheless, I cannot wholly condemn his misdeeds, for through them we discovered you. One so strong in the gift, she could cast us out. Your mother favors you still, that much is plain. But surely you must feel it. Her influence wanes, and her strength shall soon be spent. These lands, these people, this world, all shall soon change. As it was, so it shall be again, as it should always have been. Doubt my claims and question my motives, if you will. Only believe me when I say this. I am Elizabeth's emissary. Emissary, bearer of the word of the one true God, and we shall meet again. I guess I don't have to use the item to get back to the Waking Sands. I think the gods who've returned Arya. After you left, I began to worry that I might have sent you to your doom. I take it our visitor proved elusive? Beg pardon? He was waiting for you? What did he do? What did he say? As it was, so it shall be again? Of when does he speak? And of what exactly? The words of this Elizabeth portend much but reveal nothing, save perhaps a measure of disdain for La Habrea. I hope for answers, but it seems I shall have to be content with a wealth of additional questions. Build on the stone. Let's set aside the matter of this asking until after we've completed our move to the Rising Stones. There's but one final favor I would ask of you before I depart. I believe I mentioned before that my father was a member of the Alamegan Resistance. The truth, however, is more complicated than that. As far as the Empire knew, he was their spy. He maintained the deception for nigh on half a decade, furnishing the Resistance with vital Imperial secrets while feeding his paymasters subtly conceived misinformation. When he died some 15 years ago, my father left behind his journal, which I have closely guarded ever since. It contains every shred of information he and his agents could steal on what they believed to be the single greatest threat to Eorzea, the Primals. Its wisdom has guided me through the years, though there is much within I still do not understand. It is my hope that Urianger will fare better. Tell him to treat it with care. It is all I have left of my father. I thought thee departed. To what end dost thou linger? The father's final bequest, the daughter's lifelong labor. It is no small thing to surrender such a cherished memento. Well can I imagine antecedent's pain. Upon mine honor, I swear to spare no effort in the study of these materials, lest my lady's sacrifice be in vain. Arya, this is Menphilia. Forgive me, but I couldn't wait no longer. I have departed for the Rising Stones. If you have yet to. Once you have given the journal to Urianger, I bid you come to the 7th heaven in Revenant's Toll. Tara will be there to show you inside of our new headquarters. Assuming you have already attuned to it, you may wish to make use of our new Aetheryte in Revenant's Toll. After all, it is right on their doorstep. They knew that we were complaining about the lack of an Aetheryte here. They knew. Oh, Arya, you're here. Good, good. We were all wondering when you'd show up. As I was just telling your restive receptionist here, I'm pleased to inform you that all documents have been prepared and all signatures signed. The Rising Stones is officially yours. Splendid! From this day forward, I will spare no effort in seeing that it is as welcoming and comfortable a home for us as the Waking Sands ever was. And said, this is all somewhat intimidating, is it not? So many unfamiliar places and unfamiliar faces. Take that odd-looking fellow over there, for example. He's been eyeing us most suspiciously ever since we arrived. I can't help but wonder if we are truly safe here. Ah, that man. I can't say I've spoken to him myself, but rumor has it he's come to hunt for ancient treasures in the Crystal Tower. You see, you've seen the structure I speak of, no? It'd be hard to miss it. That massive pillar of shining crystal looms high over the land just to the southeast of here. If the tales are to be believed, it's a remnant of some ancient civilization. The details remain a mystery, and that's no doubt why it's drawn adventurers and scholars from all over looking to unearth its secrets. The man over there is no exception, and if my instincts are true, he knows more than most. If you're curious about the tower yourself, you could do no worse than talk to him and see what he knows. Why, if I weren't otherwise occupied with my duties here, I'd half a mind to join you. I mean, just look at it. I can scarce begin to imagine what wonders lie inside. Why, that's wonderful to hear. Rest assured that this receptionist will work just as hard to see that our efforts do not skip a beat despite the relocation. And with that, Arya, I do believe it's time you officially announce your presence to everyone inside. The antecedent and the others will surely be overjoyed to see you. The Crystal Tower quest series is now available from the Outlandish Man. It's actually been available. In order to progress in the main scenario, you must first complete certain quests in the Crystal Tower series. While you're granted a respite from your duties as a Scion, use your time to probe the depths of the Crystal Tower and see what ancient secrets may be gleaned. So this became required during Shadowbringers. It didn't used to be required to do Crystal Tower, but it is now. Actually, yeah, the quest really has been available since we beat Ultimate Weapon. But let's enter the Rising Stones. Yay! We're here. I guess I could have talked through the first room, and I'm sure I'll forget to not cut it out to show it, but I mean, we'll be there about 5 billion times anyway, so... Well, it certainly is spacious. It is certainly spacious. Today marks a new beginning for the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. For today, we declare our independence. We shall henceforth be beholden to no nation, but serve all of Eorzea's people proudly and openly. But this does not mean that we will sever our ties to the Eorzean alliance. On the contrary, the antecedent and I shall endeavor to strengthen them. Rest assured, however, that we shall not permit political considerations to influence our decisions. Our identity remains unchanged, as does our cause. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and our single purpose is to safeguard the future of Eorzea. For Eorzea! A moment of your time, Arya. I would speak of Elidibus. Pardon the intrusion, my lady, but the matter which bringeth me will admit no delay. Mine every attempt to contact the students of Baldesian have been met with silence. No one will respond. How odd. Allow me to try. No response? Surely they would not ignore us. They have never yet, my lady. I fear we must assume the worst. No, I will not believe it. An outpost, perhaps, but not their headquarters. Their wards are beyond circumvention. Had they not come under attack, they would most certainly have raised the alarm. Or had they come under attack, they most certainly would have raised the alarm. None could penetrate their sanctum unnoticed. But for those who lack the gift and knowledge both, oh no. Contact their agents in the field at once. If aught has befallen the students of Baldesian, they may know of it. Though the thought of it pains me at such time as we have evidence to the contrary, but we can assume the worst. Accordingly, we must needs seek another source of information on Elizabeth. 'Tis possible the others in the homeland possess such knowledge. Be fairly warned, however, they are unlike to yield it unconditionally. Do what you must. Yet another unforeseen and unwelcome development. What could be next, I wonder? A visit from a Crimson Gladassian, perhaps? Or Ocher, or Puce? Or which of our allies will then fall silent? Yet for a time I thought we had gained the upper hand. When he shattered the Crystal of Darkness and cast out La Habrea, I dared to hope that we had found a way to rid ourselves of the Asian menace. But I was wrong. He endures and may yet return. Upon that point, no doubt that Elizabeth spoke true. Yet there must be a way to destroy them utterly, a way to spare this world from unholy machinations. I dare not consider the alternative. There are forces at work we do not understand, Arya. I discern them all around, in disturbances too great and too numerous to be dismissed as mere coincidence. Doubtless the paragons are involved, but how and to what end is far from clear. I know not what will come, but I do know that we will rise and meet it as one. Ah, my stalwart hero, your face is a picture of resolve. I know that you will be ready when the time comes. With luck, however, that will not be for a while yet. Pray return to your private affairs with my blessing. Should anything arise, you will be informed. Cryle, where are you? Your intercession was not foretold. You object? We question. Our plans are in motion. Your intentions unclear. They survived the 7th Ardor and are stronger now in the gift. Does that not intrigue you? No, it does not. Serve as you will, so too shall I. We labor not at cross purposes. The wisdom of his plan shall become apparent in time when the veil is lifted from their eyes. And at long last, they see. And like that, we have completed patch 2.1 story, A Realm Awoken. So, of course, she already has the quest for patch 2.2, but I don't want to go for it yet. So, yeah, here we go. Here's a bunch of room. Honestly, I don't think I've ever actually fully explored this place. like a bunch of room, and yet it's like almost less interesting than the other one. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, this is honestly the other reason I really wanted to set home point here in Revenant's Tolls, just because, like, now we're going to be basing out of here for a long time. So, yeah. So now that 2.1 is done, I'm going to do the same thing I did with the 2.0 content. So there's a few dungeons that came up, and there's, of course, the Crystal Tower that they have been like, hey, do this, do this, do this, do this. There is some other content, namely what's known as the extreme primals. Like, if you look at the recommendations here, you can see stuff like the Ultimate Ballad. These are called extreme primals, and wait, what? I'll be down there. I'm like, quest? I'll be down there, though. So yeah, I'm gonna wait to do these extremes and all that until after I finish the full Realm Reborn, sorry. So once I'm ready to basically go to Heaven's Word, I'll go ahead and be like, okay, let's go do all this stuff. There's also another quest line that is available that starts out with Ul'dah that I'm gonna wait till then to do. This is all kind of stuff that was added with patch 2.1, since that's how I'm kind of trying to do this. But otherwise, yeah, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, Kupo, don't think I forgot. If you enjoyed the video, consider liking, commenting, and or subscribing. If you really enjoyed it, consider supporting the channel. All support greatly helps her keep being content like this. You can find the links for that in the description, along with links to me on social media. So, thank you again for watching, and until next time, this is rinimt, signing out. Bye!